Hey, so check this out. There's gonna be a hot topic today. Oftentimes, everybody talk about all the good stuff. All the videos you see is the glamorous life, the good stuff, the fancy stuff, the luxury living, the high quality life, and all of that. And that a lot of that stuff can be real if you plan and budget for that. Problem is, many people show up here, not just Mexico, but to their new life abroad with some seriously unrealistic ideas and unrealistic expectations. And I promise you, you show up to any of these places with some of these unrealistic ideas, it will F your up. It will jack your plans up, and you'll be back on a plane back to the States or back to wherever you came from faster than the New York minute. So we're going to talk about some of that. But hell, I'm even gonna share some of my own examples. In fact, before I start talking about other folks' stuff, I'm gonna talk about my stuff. When I first got here and started traveling, I had a pocket full of money. And man, and one thing about having a pocket full of money or a lump sum of money is you tend not to work to make money like you did before you got that money. When you don't have a whole lot of money, you're grinding, you're hustling, you're trying to make that dollar, you putting in all the work, then you get a lump sum, you start to get relaxed, you start chilling, you start laying back, and that's exactly what I did. I had a pocket full of money when I started traveling, and it sustained me. But for all that traveling back and forth and hopping from country to country, going back home to get my kids flying first class on plane rides and all of that stuff, man, it started to eat away at that money. And when you ain't working you don't have that same pressure on you, that grind, it could challenge things, it could mess up. I don't have a pension or retirement coming in like a lot of folks that come to these countries. They coming on pensions and retirement, Social Security. They got steady, no matter what they do, they got a check. Younger folks like myself and some of these other younger folks that I meet, man, they still working. They still got to have that income coming in, and we ain't old enough to get that money just yet. So when I got here and got settled in, life is good. Life, hopping from apartment to apartment. Didn't like the first one, so moved to another one. Lose my deposits, buying stuff, and stuff is cheap, so you keep buying a lot of stuff, but it slowly started eating away. And so I didn't work as hard as I should have. Then emergencies came up. Haley got sick, I got sick, ended up in the hospital, you know what I mean? And so that unrealistic expectation, like, hey Cartess, I should have kept grinding like I was before I left the States. I should have continued that grind. I should have got back on the schedule once I got here, got settled in, but no. I wanted to live it up and do all the things that everybody else was doing, which is easy to do when you arrive to a new place. So I messed up, and right now, after all of these emergencies, things are finally starting to mellow out, knock on concrete. So now I'm kind of getting back in that grind. I'm getting back to the work. So I had some unrealistic expectations. Whatever monies you got calculated in your head for a budget, man, you might want to double that, because the first year you're gonna be off budget. Most people will, not everybody, but the vast majority. If you don't live well on a budget at home, you ain't gonna live well on no budget here. So I'd not even kid yourself with that. You know what I mean? Come here, double your numbers just to be on the safe side. You can live here affordably, but oftentimes people make the same mistake when they get here, like I did. Instead of getting an affordable house and matching up, comparing prices to what locals pay versus comparing to what you pay back in the States, you know what I mean? You're gonna be paying a lot more for that house. First house I got was almost $1,000 a month, factor in all the other stuff. The house I'm in now, I'm looking at about $579, $580 a month. Significant difference. Now I know I can probably still get another house comparable or close for the $400 and $600 range for something bigger with a pool. I know better now. I was gonna leave out of here, but I'm like, you know what? I can't do that because I'm gonna lose my deposits. Because the landlord that I have, very honest lady, I believe I'll get my deposits back with her. And I'm like, I gotta stop that pattern of bouncing out of a place just because I don't like it and losing all my deposits. I don't have AC in my living room, but guess what? We going into June tomorrow, and this is the hottest months of the year, May and June. We survived. You know what I mean? So now I'm really realizing, like, now that I was forced to stay put, I'm like, I can do this. I don't need, if I find a house that I really like, do I really need AC down in the living room? I got them in the bedrooms. But again, this is me for me. Some folks gonna be like, I ain't gonna deal with that heat. I get it, but it was costing me more money by losing my deposits and moving and going all over the place. When you get here, you got to stick to the doggone plan, and most time folks don't. So I was listening to and watching another video of this couple online. I think 2 weeks ago, they just recently posted, what was it, Why Not Now? They just posted that they're quitting. They're calling it quits for now, or putting things on hold. They figured that they could move to Mexico and make a goal of becoming YouTubers and making a living and supporting themselves exclusively with YouTube. I think they've been going at it now for about a year and a half. Now, I've been at this game for almost 20 years, in terms of online digital marketing, marketing and advertising, social media marketing and management for businesses. It don't work that quick. It takes years for YouTube to work. And I tell you, the number one flaw that most YouTubers make is they don't have a product to sell. They don't have a service to sell. They don't offer consultations to sell as a way to make money. It's going to take a couple of years for that channel to really grow, that YouTube channel to really grow to a place where it's paying you enough money to live on. So for those of you all that are watching this video, if your idea is that you're going to move to a foreign country and support yourself solely from the income from YouTube, I promise you, for 99% of you, it ain't going to happen. Now, there are some things that you can do to speed that up. While you're not going to make money from the channel for many years, for years, a year or two, or possibly three, you can offer consultation services. Like I say, a lot of these YouTubers, they don't have a product. Most of them don't even have a website. So they're not able to run traffic from the YouTube platform to the website to build an email list so that they can constantly follow up with their fans and subscribers. YouTube owns your customers until you get them folks off of YouTube and onto your own list where you can contact these folks, let them know what you offer, let them know about your products and services. You don't make money. These are the very basic fundamentals that must happen. And most YouTubers, again, don't even have a website. 99% of them are not collecting email addresses and contact details. So they don't even have a follow-up sales cycle or sales funnel. It does not exist for most YouTubers. But if you put this in place, you can make money right away. And I'll give you an example. There's a client that I'm working with here right now. I've been helping people put courses together since I've been here. This guy is charging $300 a month for a course that he's teaching. He only has 30 subscribers on YouTube, but he's almost making $1,000 a month in recurring revenue from the course that he's offering. It's not about the size of your subscriber. It's not about the number of subscribers. It's about, one, how you position yourself. You know what I mean? You got to play this thing right. You got to have a strategy, and most folks don't have a strategy. So I know I'm harping on that because I want to stress, if you don't have a clear strategy for making YouTube or Instagram or Facebook or making money from your fans and followers, it ain't gonna work. I personally know folks that got 300 and 400,000 subscribers or fans on YouTube, Instagram, and they're sending me messages every day talking about how I haven't made any money. I don't know how to make money. I can't monetize this. What can I do? So it doesn't even matter if you don't have a strategy. And that's all I'm saying. So come in here with the idea that you're going to make a living and support yourself on YouTube ain't going to happen. Listen, I make a few $100s a month from my channel. It doesn't pay all my bills. I'm talking about exclusively from this channel here. And I only have almost close to 10,000 subscribers. But the bulk of my revenue that I make from this Move Abroad and Thrive does not come from my channel. I offer telephone consultations. I charge $195 to get on the phone for an hour. And after that hour, I offer people who pay, I'm like, for the next 7 days, if you have any other questions, because you generally have them after the telephone conversation, you get my private WhatsApp number. You can ask me all the questions you want for a week after that. You know what I mean? And then when you come to town, we can meet up, go out to eat. I charge for that. I'm $195. Now, I don't have 300 folks signing up for that, but if 10 folks a month is signing up for that, that's $2,000 a month. You don't need a lot of people when you're charging a good price like that. You got to bring the value. The value is 1 hour, and you get access to me for a week after that. You got to create the value. That's one thing. I also have a course. Now, am I selling hundreds of courses a month? Absolutely not. But again, if you're selling a course for $150 or $300, all you need to do is sell 5 to 10 of them. You're making $1,500, $3,000. Those are other ways you can do it. Then the revenue that you're getting from YouTube that's extra revenue. So again, that's a way. I offer a high-end consulting package as well as looking at your business, writing up a detailed plan on what you need to do to make that thing work. Quite a few people have taken me up on that. So I'm not relying solely on YouTube because, again, I know that's a long-term strategy. YouTube is like a book. You know what I mean? Most folks who write books, they don't make money from the books. They don't make a lot of money. I think only like 2 or 3% of authors make a lot of money from the actual book. However, people write books for positioning purposes, for positioning yourself as an authority, positioning yourself as an expert. So, but having the book, while you don't make a lot of money from the book sales itself, you make a lot of money when you start putting yourself out there as a consultant and an expert, and that money come in from other ways. But you need the book for that positioning. So that's what YouTube is. It's like a platform, not just YouTube, your other social media things like Facebook, Instagram, even blogging. It's just a platform for you to get your information out there, share your expertise or your passion, let other folks. So I ran on about that, but I just wanted to explain that if you don't have a clear, solid strategy, don't show up here thinking that you're going to support yourself. You can even watch, what's his name, guy named Ace Travels, I think. He took him a few years before that thing worked out. And he tell you, for about a year or two, he was on somebody else's sofa in Colombia, couch surfing on other people's sofas when he was making $200-$300 a month on YouTube. It takes time. This is what I'm talking about, unrealistic expectations. It takes time. Don't quit. Don't give up. Go back to the plate. Strategize, reorganize, come up with a game plan to make this stuff work. Because it can work if you stick to it. Most folks don't have the long-term drive to ride this thing out. It takes time. Because if it was easy, if everybody could make money in a year and a half, everybody and their mama would be doing it. You got to have a strategy. So, another person I met, she was married. Her husband lived in the States, and her thing was, and she was here with the children. Her thing is, my husband will send us money, and he will fly out here every 3-4 months, stay with us for a month or two, and go back and work and support us here. Well, if he's still working there, that means he has to have a place to live in the States, which means he's paying some kind of rent to cover his living expenses there while also paying the rent here. Long term, that starts to get a little challenging. The relationship starts to get stressed. Again, unrealistic. It wasn't even 6 months before this lady and her family left. I don't even think the husband even made it here one time after he got them here and settled in or whatnot. You know what I mean? So is that a realistic option for many folks, particularly those with children? I think she had like 3-4 young children. Unrealistic. Ain't gonna happen. You know what I mean? So it was a good idea, a great effort, but unfortunately it didn't work out. So that's what I'm saying. Set your expectations, have a plan, know what you're doing when you're coming out here. Let me see, my husband will work playing back every month. I'm just looking at my notes. Oh, another one had the idea that, okay, I'll fly back. So we'll live here and I'll fly back to the States every other month and work. So they arrived, got settled in, and started doing stuff, doing the things that everybody else do. That money started going quick. Young couple, young family. So had to go back. Depending on the time of year that you show up here, the plane tickets can get high. So you might have been able to get a deal flying here, but when it comes time to flying back every other month, man, them tickets will be expensive. And then trying to fly back financially, depending on how much money and income you need, that's not a strategy for success. Go back and work for a whole month. Again, you got more expenses there that you got to take care, support yourself while you're there and working, feeding yourself, and then sending that money back. Just imagine the stress. If the wife is here, don't have enough money to go out there, hang out with the friends that she's met here, keep the kids busy, man, there's going to be a lot of tension and frustration going on, and you're going to get mad. That can start again. That can start to fracture a relationship in a marriage. So again, make sure your expectations are realistic ones, and make sure you have solid plans. And I'm just looking at my notes again. Flying back, my husband will work, YouTube, pocket full of money. This is another one. I mentioned this in another video. If your relationship is kind of shady or kind of unstable, it's going to get even more unstable when you arrive, because the culture shock, the adjustment period, trying to learn the language, trying to make friends, starting all over, that's going to put a strain. It's going to be all fun and gravy when you first arrive, but after about a couple of months, after that honeymoon phase don't wear off, you're going to be jacked up in the head. You know what I mean? You're going to be mad. All them arguments and frustrations and issues you had at home, they will come back out 10 times. Trust me, I know. Firsthand. You know what I mean? So get your stuff straight there before you come here. Don't have this unrealistic idea that, we're going to rekindle our love and our relationship is going to be stronger when we get it. No, it's going to be jacked up. You know what I mean? So work on it there, get it stable there, fix it, however. Come by yourself, whatever you need to do. But if you come here together and it jacked up before you get here, it's just going to be that much more stressful. It ain't going to be easy here. And I'm going to talk about this a little more in my next video that I'll be posting in a couple of days, because we're at the 1 year mark and I'm going to give a 1 year update. It's easy. I mean, it's the quality of life here that you can have is real. It's legitimate. But it's going to require you to have a plan, stick to the plan, and stay focused to the goal and the mission. It's easy to spend that money. I'm going to tell you, that money will go quick. That little, it's only $1. It's only $1.50. It's only 75 cents. It's only $3. It's only $2. It's gonna add up quick. Then emergencies. If you didn't factor in for emergencies, which I honestly did not, I've been coasting along my whole life without any real emergencies, and then I have two of them that just come at the same time. You know what I mean? Plus, I'm getting older. I'm at that age. Somebody can fall down on the curb, which is a real possibility here with the sidewalks and the streets and uneven pavement. You can have an emergency at any time. So now I'm just trying to now that I'm back stable, I'm trying to get my finances together, get my finances in order, and start rebuilding again. And I've shared this before on other videos. I've done well financially, but I've done a poor job managing my money. I spent more than I earned. I spent all I had. I didn't save. I didn't tuck away for a rainy day. I spent my money. I blew it. And I can say blowed it, because I had a wonderful time doing the stuff I did in those moments. Created great experiences, great memories for myself, for my kids, and I would probably do it all again. But now I'm trying to do better, learn different ways, delay some gratification, in anticipation of having a more stress-free time here and building up a cushion so that we can do the things we need to do, as well as be ready for any emergencies should they appear. So we will talk about that more in the next video. So I just wanted to talk about that. Get your plans together, have realistic expectations, because if you don't, you will be right back up out of here just as fast as you got here. If you think you're gonna come here and learn Spanish in 6 months, it ain't happening. You know what I mean? You will be frustrated, you will be upset, you will be ill-tempered when you get here. Because you're going through a shock, a culture shock. You're changing everything that you knew culture-wise in the States or wherever you come from. It's gonna be completely different here, and it's an adjustment. So give yourself the time and be patient with yourself. And I think that's the number one thing that problem that I see with most folks. They're not patient with themselves, and they don't give themselves the time to work it out. At the first sign of trouble, they're ready to go. And if you have that mindset, this is not going to work for you. I often tell folks ask me, what piece of advice do you have, Cartess? Well, when you come here, don't go back for a whole year. Whatever it is, just make up your mind that you here for one full solid year before you go back home to visit anybody, unless of course it's an emergency, because they're gonna give you time to get acclimated into the culture. It's gonna force you to figure things out. It's gonna force you to work things out. And at the end of the year, you're gonna be in a much better place. So that's what I wanted to share with y'all today. For those of y'all that are looking for ways to make money online, earn income, I've been in this space for almost 20 years now. Like I said, I've done extremely well doing that. Poor money manager, but I sure know how to make some money. So I put together a program called Protege Insider. There's a link underneath this video. Click on that, go learn more details. It's like a monthly mastermind. We'll meet up on Zoom calls, do live presentations, live teachings, live trainings. So if you want to learn how to put a blog together, or how to make money blogging, how to make money on YouTube, how to create your own courses and products, how to make shirts or t-shirts and put them online and sell them, all sorts of stuff. How to write ebooks, how to make courses for other people. Like recently, I've been hooking up with other folks, helping them put their course together, and I take a percentage of the sales, and they're responsible for essentially financing the whole thing. So again, once you learn how to do this for yourself, you can partner with other people and put courses together and essentially set yourself up at the publishing company. Now, I'm starting over, so this is going to take time for me to build up that publishing portfolio. stretch, and working with a lady now who owns a trucking company, and she's putting together a course teaching people how to be dispatchers to start their own business. It's a remote opportunity, a business you can start and work remotely, being a dispatcher, or how to start your own trucking company. This is the lady showing other folks how to do this. So we're putting that together for her as we speak. So, and again, this is a skill set I learned about 12, 14 years ago that is continuing to allow me to earn money now. I also manage Google Ads. Again, this is a skill set that you too can learn and manage ads for other people. So whether it's Facebook ads, YouTube ads, again, pick your poison, pick the skill set you want to learn, and go all in. So literally within 6 months from now, you can get a certification. You really don't even need a certification, but you can have this skill set down and start charging people and businesses money. This pandemic done open up a lot of opportunities for folks to offer digital marketing type services to businesses. And so again, we'll be talking about all of this stuff inside of the Protege Insider program. So if you want to learn about that, click the link, sign up, become a member. We'll have live trainings every month. You can come in, post questions, whatever, get advice, have me look over your stuff, whatever. You will get access to that as a member. So I'm Cartess. Thank you for watching. If you're looking to move abroad, visit the website www.moveabroadandthrive.com. Book consultation. If you want to learn more about our Protege Insider program, again, the link is below, cartessross.com/insider. Find our content helpful and useful. If it's making your life easier and if it's helping you plan for your escape out of the country, consider making a donation. CashApp, $CartessRoss, Zelle. Use my email address, cartess@cartessross.com. Also, you can make a payment on the website via credit card, moveabroadandthrive.com. You'll see a link at the top that says donation. Boom, you can do that there. Thank you for watching. Have a wonderful day and set those realistic expectations.